The accused Idaho student killer Bryan Kohberger was back in court today. That hearing wrapping up just moments ago. His defense made a push to the judge to release state evidence in the case. Kohberger, as you can see there, wearing a black suit and tie at the hearing. His attorney asked for items that she said would help them prepare an adequate defense. Kohberger is charged in the stabbing deaths of 4 University of Idaho students last November. The judge entered not guilty pleas for Kohberger last month. The hearing comes as other developments emerge today, including cleanup work at the house where the murders took place. For more on all this, let's go live to NewsNation correspondent Alex Caprariello. He is live in Idaho with the very latest. You were in that courtroom today. Alex, what'd you learn?
Yeah, a lot quicker of a proceeding than we ever imagined. We were expecting to hear several other motions, but the fact of the matter is they just weren't addressed today. Today it was all about the defense making the case that they are not having speedy enough access to materials and evidence they feel will make their case stronger. The motions to actually stay the proceedings and actually release the grand jury materials, that was never addressed today like we expected. We anticipate either that coming forward at a future court hearing or perhaps these attorneys settling it behind closed doors.
What types of state evidence did the defense end up asking for today?
Yeah, there were 3 things in specific. I'll lay them out for you. Number 1, it was about the training records for, in specific, 3 Moscow Police Department officers. The defense is making the case that these officers were critical with those early days in the investigation, saying that they conducted interviews with witnesses, they collected evidence, and they actually even attended some of those autopsy proceedings. They want to see what that process was like, and they feel like getting those training records is the best way to do that. Also, the other 2 things, these specific FBI reports, one about the cell phone tracking of Bryan Kohberger's cell phone, but then also those early reports about the Hyundai Elantra, the white Hyundai Elantra that was alleged to be tied to Bryan Kohberger. They want to know what that process was like and what the FBI had to actually tip off Moscow PD about that information.
And the state pushed back against the defense's request, right?
Yeah, they did. Basically, they said, hey, look, you have everything that we have. There's nothing that we have that we aren't turning over to you. And to the credit of the defense, they said that we don't believe that the state is in any sort of wrongdoing here. But they just hope to get this information a lot sooner, particularly now that the death penalty is on the table right now. Also, the state was making the case that there is a lot of information for all of us to sift through, thousands of documents, photos, and pictures. Here's a moment from that court proceeding. Take a look.
To date, we have discovered approximately about 13,000 pages of reports, 13,000 photographs, over 10,000 tips, and over 51 terabytes of audio-video information.
And I think with all that information, a lot of legal experts I've spoken to say that they don't believe that this trial will actually begin in October. Some of them predicting it won't even begin until next year.
Interesting. All right, Alex Caprariello live for us in Idaho. Once again, Alex, thank you.
Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.